Good morning and welcome to another bill search video. Let's go through some pocket change, see if we can find things worth more than face value, starting off with a series 2013 $5 note. So really beat up, it's definitely been wet from the wrinkling on it. It's really folded up and stuff, but not the worst condition 5 that we've seen if you watch any of my videos. Nothing in the serial number, little bit of a shift in the seal here. But I don't see anything else. This little dotting and stuff that you'll see is either wet ink transfer or just a little minor excessive inking from when they laid down the depiction on the bill. So that's not dramatic enough for me to hold on to. Nothing on the back there. Nice beat up $1 bill, Series 2013 also. Now this is going to give good representation of what it looks like as bills age. 2013 series is now kind of hitting the end of its circulation life, being pretty short for $1 notes in general, just because they're used so much. Nothing in the serial number here, really worn out depiction and graphics on the note, but you can see that those seals and serial numbers are still pretty legible. So on the back of the note, things to look for are going to be things around the seal on the right-hand side here, the front of the seal. Sometimes you'll get some issues like this one, for example. Not dramatic enough, but zoom in there. You can see some kind of issues around the lineage here. Now, if these were actually blurred together or they were misprinted, then I would say hold on to it as an error note. You might need to get yourself a magnification device. Just a general jeweler's loupe or a general magnifying glass will help you when going through paper currency. I do have a video that covers really well-reviewed USB microscopes as well as hand magnifying devices that you might want to pick up. You can get them on eBay for like nothing. Very close to a repeater note, 2013 series also. Now what I mean by repeater note is in the serial number here, we have 8805, 8840, so only 35 bills before this, and the serial number would have gave us a repeater, which would have been 8805, 8805. Those are really nice and sought after by a few people. The other nice thing about this note is the annotations on the front and the back of the serial number, being the district letters, are the same. So that would have been nice. We have a little bit of an over ink on that back C there. Looks like he's participating in like Ash Wednesday. But other than that, nothing really on this Series 2013 note. It's nice and torn at the top there. So if it was collectible, that would take away from value, as you probably know with any collectible. So we'll keep on rolling. Go a little bit quicker through these. Almost a broken ladder. We're missing a couple digits in there. We had a nice broken ladder in our last bill search. Series 2013 also, the most common that we're going to come across in bill searches now, as well as 2017, of course. If you're interested in other types of $1 notes to look at my video, watch my video, watch my video on $1 notes that covers mules, different varieties of $1 notes throughout the history of them for the modern $1 note, and things to look for there. Series 2013 $5 note, nothing in the serial number, an overall good condition. So nothing to really talk on there. Everything else seems to be printed pretty appropriately. You can look for shifts in the seals and the serial numbers. That's another thing you'll see on 5 somewhat. There's a little constellation that is up here called Orion, which is on the back of pretty much all U.S. currency as an anti-counterfeiting measure. And sometimes you'll see issues with the print of these little yellowish gold $5 05s there. In this case, not happening there. Where I'm mentioning is somewhere right around here. You'll see a little blurring sometimes. $1 note, Series 2013. Better condition than the other ones we've come across so far, so to speak. Nothing on the front of the note, nothing in the serial number, so I'll keep on keeping on. Nothing on the back of the note, a little bit of blurring around this Roman numerals here for 1776. I've mentioned that before in previous videos, so nothing to harp on there. 2013 note also. Like I said, it's probably the most common you'll come across, aside from a good spattering of 2017 notes. Lots of wet ink transfer. You can see it all around the outside margins of the note, as well as right here where my tip of my finger is. Now that's just going to be wet ink transfer from another note that sat below this one in this case, that transferred some of the jacket of Washington onto the back of this note. Unless it's really dramatic and it covers or obscures portions of the note, I wouldn't say it's collectible. I got a little bit of an over ink here, but that is super common on 2013 notes due to the way they printed them. You'll see it on 2017 notes as well, but not as often. 2017 note, as I mentioned it, there's a little bit of an over ink on that same digit there, the third over from the left. Now you can see a little bit of a shift in the serial number and the seal, which will coincide together generally since they're printed during the second phase of printing. And nothing on the back. Good repetition of sevens here. I would have liked to see it continued on, then we would have had a nice repeater note. But in this case, it's nothing crazy. 2009 series note, so the oldest one we've come across in this bill search. Nothing jumping out at me on the back either. But overall, still worth $1. Almost a trinary note with 7 zeros and 8s, but a 2 snuck in there. Once again, with trinary notes, they're more collectible. However, if they do have, say, a combination of things going on, like a repeater, clumps of numbers, stuff like that, to kind of make it a dual fancy serial number, then I would say they're worth, a few bucks above face value for it being a trinary with another kind of kicker fancy serial number in there. Otherwise, they're more collectible, and I just hold on to them for that collectible value. 2013 note also, nothing really jumping out. Little bit of missing action here on the ink here, but that's probably from just damage to the bill during circulation. Nothing jumping out on the back. Little stray mark, but it looks like a ballpoint pen mark. Nice little star note. I love me some star notes. Nothing in the serial number, though. Not a date note or anything like that. That would have been nice. Star notes can command some value over face value, generally if they have another fancy serial number with it. It's a mule note. It's some sort of other variety $1 note. Otherwise, I would say these replacement notes or star notes are more collectible than anything else. I personally love star notes and try to hold on to them. I especially hold on to ones, like I said, that have other fancy serial numbers going on aside from just the star note. But still cool, and I'll set it aside for a small little bill to hold on to. There's a good trinary note here. So 1s, 2s, and 0s. I would have liked to see a binary note with 1s, 2s, and that's it. Little bit of a misprint on that 0 in the center there. It's sitting a little funky. Little bit of a shift in the seal, but not bad. As I mentioned before, generally these trinary notes, now that I look at it, both these trinary notes are more collectible than valuable. Now in this case, you have 0, 1, 2, 3. It would have been nice if it was in order, atop the fact that it's a trinary note. Same deal here, 0, 1, 2. If they would have been clumped together, that would have been a nice, although it's not really a ladder, kind of a mini ladder, but also a trinary note that would make that collectible value far higher than something like these. But they're still a good example of something to keep an eye out for. There are collectors out there that like trinary notes. In this case, once again, more collectible than a premium over the face value of either $1 or $5, but still something to keep an eye out for that kind of more quality serial number or sharing a fancy serial number trinary note that could be out there. Anyway, we come across a couple trinary notes as well as a nice star note in our bill search today, so nothing too major. We came across a really nice broken ladder, a couple of really nice ink issues on other bill searches in the past few weeks, but let me know what you've come across in your coin and bill searches lately in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.